So friends, as we are gathering right up here, this is a story for everyone, but you get front row seats, okay? It's for you too. So you guys got to listen too. This is a story that you actually might have heard a little about. I don't want to hurt your fingers. You might have heard a little about this story before if you were listening, but you might have missed it. So I'm going to start it a little bit. We're going to rewind. Here's what happens. Our ancestors, the Israelites, were slaves in Egypt. And it took a long time for Moses, with God's help, or God with Moses' help, to let the people go. And finally, when Moses, for the last time, goes to Pharaoh and says, "Let my people go," Pharaoh says, "Yes." But here's the thing. When Pharaoh told the Israelites that they could go, they had to go super fast. They had to go super fast. So they couldn't take a long time planning what they were going to pack. They could only bring the things that they could find quickly, or the things that they really needed. They could only find the things they really needed. So here's what they did. They shoved everything in a bag. Can you show me? What does it look like to shove things in a bag? Shoving it in the bag, shove, 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 shove. Oh, and then they hoisted it on their backs, and they started to go. Not one Israelite, not two Israelites, but over 400,000 Israelites, and some others who chose to join us. Now, they were excited to leave, but there were two Israelites in particular who were having a hard time. Their names were Fred and Joan. Fred and Joan, classic Israelite names. Fred and Joan were having a hard time because Fred and Joan didn't like being rushed. Do any of you feel like that? You don't like being rushed? You don't like having to go super fast? I don't like being rushed. So Fred and Joan, they were feeling kvetchy. Can you say kvetchy? Kvetchy means whiny. And as they're leaving with their stuff, as everyone is celebrating leaving Egypt, Fred and Joan are saying, "Oh, can you believe how fast we had to pack? Oh, I forgot my favorite book. My favorite book I left behind. I'm not going to be able to read my favorite book. And oh, Fred, did you remember the candlesticks?" No, Fred didn't remember the candlesticks. Oh, what's he going to do? They are so upset. And they're leaving Egypt, and they get to the sea. But the sea, how do you cross the sea? Until Moses steps forward, sticks out his staff, and what happens to the sea? It splits. A miracle. The sea splits. And the Israelites are amazed, and they start walking across the sea. And Fred and Joan are in the back. And Fred and Joan are not happy. They're not looking up, they're looking down. And they're looking at their shoes. Their shoes are covered in mud. Because guess what? When the sea splits, the ground was pretty wet. So they are slogging through the mud at the bottom of the sea, and they are kvetching. My shoes! My shoes! Why are they so muddy? I only brought the one pair of shoes because I couldn't go back because we had to go so fast, and I only brought the one pair of shoes, and now they're muddy, and I'm mad about it. And they are getting louder and louder and louder in their whining. I'm going to give you guys a job. Are you ready? But you have to pay attention. I want you to give me your loudest, whiniest voice, and I want you to say the words, "Why me?" Practice. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Why me? You guys can do it too. Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Why me? That was Fred and Joan. The sea has split. It's a miracle. And when you look at the side of the sea, there are fish and dolphins swimming in the walls of the sea. But Fred and Joan can't see it because where are they looking? At their muddy sandals. And they're almost across the sea. They're going to miss this miracle, but a small child runs past them and pulls on their clothes and says, excuse me. And they're saying, "Why me?" Ready? Why me? And they can't hear the kid, so the kid pulls a little harder, and they say, "Why me? Why me?" And the kid says, "Stop!" You guys are good. You're going to miss the miracle. Look up. And Fred and Joan, who are looking down at their shoes, pick up their heads, and they turn back to where they came. and they see the walls of the sea, and they see the fish swimming, and the colors and the dolphins. And as they are at the end, the sea starts to close behind them. And as Fred and Joan take the last step into the land across the sea from Egypt, they turn around and they say, "Wow, what a miracle. Who is like you, God? Who can do miracles like this?" Sometimes when we're feeling rushed or when we're feeling put upon, which is a fancy way to say, ugh, it's hard to see the miracles that are right in front of us, even if the miracle is as big as a sea splitting. So this Shabbat, we remember to see the miracles, to keep our eyes open, and to pick our heads up, to see the miracles in front of us, just like these miracles sitting here who have helped lead us in services this Shabbat. With that, I say Shabbat Shalom.